Hello, Facebook world. Hello, everyone. Wanted to jump on here today. I want to say happy Saturday. Saturday right before Christmas. Hope all of you are getting your shopping and everything wrapped up and done today. And I was actually thinking about that and contemplating all the things I have to get done and hello, Jess. Trying to put things into priority and prioritizing my lists and trying to figure out how am I going to get all of this done. And also I'm headed up here right now to go into work, and I've got some stuff I'm going to work on this Saturday right before Christmas, but it's some important things that I need to get done. And as I was driving, I just really started contemplating the life of moms in real estate and how we deal with our lives and how we feel about our lives and how we maneuver through our lives. And lately I've been had the opportunity to talk to a lot of women lately that are in real estate, and one of my favorite things to do is really just to encourage them and help them through some of their rough patches and maybe their low points when they're feeling kind of guilty about not having a good work-life balance. And it's actually interesting because I just started surveying and asking some people if there's something I could do to help them with, that I'd love to do that. And almost all the women that I've talked to in the last few weeks and that I've offered to help, what could I do to encourage you? What could I do to help you? Almost every single time their answer to me is, I need help with knowing how to get a good work-life balance. And to the point of these women telling me this, some of them have been to the point of tears talking to me about it. And I find that very interesting because I've just learned in the last couple of years that a perfect work-life balance doesn't actually exist. And so I've probably had more than 30 or 40 women ask me for help with their work-life balance in the last few weeks or months. And that's not really something that I can help with because, like I said, it doesn't exist. Especially, and I'm really specifically talking to you moms out there that are in real estate. Our lives are crazy. If you're like me, you are juggling a contract, trying to get something closed on time. I don't know. I just took 18 Target bags inside my house, and I've got more back there, and you're juggling 100 things at one time, 15 people at one time, clients and team members and family members, and it gets messy and it's not pretty. And I think that we have a lot of guilt, or maybe there's pressure from the outside in that it needs to look a certain way, and we feel bad when it doesn't look that way. And I think that I'm thinking about that more and more lately, and it really, honestly, it makes me sad, because especially the ones of us the Realtor moms that I've talked to lately, these women are getting stuff done. Like, they are accomplishing so much, and so the fact that they still have any kind of guilt feelings about what they're doing is honestly ridiculous. Like, I'm just looking at them and going, oh my God, you're Wonder Woman, and you are sitting here crying because you don't have a perfect work-life balance. And so what's the solution to that? So I like to solve problems, so I've been thinking about that. How could we solve this problem? And in all honesty, I think we need to change the target of what our goals are. Our goals cannot be to have a perfect work-life balance because it'll never happen. So we're just always going to have this unachievable goal that we will never achieve, and we'll always be mad and feel guilty and sad because we can't do it. And so first of all, we have to stop feeling guilty. We need to encourage each other and help each other to remember that that's not something that's even doable. So why are we attempting that? I'm going to tell you a story. This will kind of, if some of you are listening and you're not in real estate, maybe this will help you relate. But I know a few years ago, I was pregnant and I showed up at the office, and I don't know how many people said to me, like, Nikki, how are you going to do this? How are you going to sell real estate and have a baby? And then I got pregnant again, and the same questions came again. I don't know how you're going to do all this and have a baby. I had people that said, let's be real. Let's be honest. You're probably going to slow down a little bit. You're probably not going to get much done, right? And so I heard this a couple of years ago that Michael Reese calls people like that naysayers. And so it's been really fun for me to learn that when people talk to you like that, just to say, you're a naysayer. I think you're a naysayer. And so I actually started doing that to a few people. And I also, when they would say, how are you going to do this? And I would just look at them and I'd say, what do you mean? Well, how are you going to do it? How will you do it with a kid? I just looked at them and said, I guess I'm going to do it exactly how you're going to do it, but I'm going to have a baby on my hip. And then they just stare at you, and, to be honest, you're probably going to have a baby on your hip and you're going to be breastfeeding one at the same time as well. You can't say that in an office because that's sexual harassment, but if we're being honest, that's kind of how it goes down, right? So anyway, the point I'm making is you can't let other people dictate how you're going to do something. If you're going to do it, how will you accomplish it? Well, if you've got kids and you got a crazy life, it's not going to be as pretty as maybe theirs is going to look. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be crazy, and it might be a little ugly, and you might not have perfect makeup and perfect hair every day, but you know what? You're still going to accomplish the same thing in the end. It's still the same end result. So it doesn't really matter. And at the end of the day, going back to the perfect work-life balance, you got to let it go. Like, that's not going to happen for you. And so what is going to happen, you got to change the target, change the goal. And so what I've been encouraging people to do is just what I learned to do is, I look at my kids and are they happy? Are they healthy? Are they eating right? Are they being educated, right? I think it's more important, this all comes down to us not wanting to screw our kids up too, right? So that's the fear. The fear is, oh God, I'm going to get this going, this big project, or I'm going to have too many clients, and then my kids, I won't have a perfect work-life balance. I'm going to mess my kids up. And the truth is, your kids are not going to grow up and look back and say, I don't have a good relationship with my mom because she had a terrible work-life balance. I've never heard anyone say that.